Hi guys, welcome back to Love, Laugh, Teach. My name is Nikki and today we're going to be practicing these 5 pre-primer words. Now in this particular word set, what I like to begin with is the word we. Now I remind my students, hey guys, we just practiced that word me, right? And we'll go over me again and we'll say M-E says me. And then I'll tell my students, hey guys, guess what? That says me. Then W-E says we. And we'll do that a few times where we'll point to ourselves, say W, point to the other person and say E, and then we'll say we. And I always use that prompt for a student that may forget that word. And again, you guys, it is okay to use those prompts because eventually the students are going to remember those prompts and be able to use that to identify that word on their own. So for the word go, I always tell my students, all right guys, you ready? We're gonna get our race cars. We're gonna grab our steering wheel, G-O, and we're gonna go. And students really love that one because they love anything with cars and racing. So we'll do that a few times. And then for the word run, I like to do 2 things for the word run. I like to give them a little visual cue and I'll kind of draw teeth in there. Because for the word run, I always like to tell my story, like about my students a story about a dinosaur. And I'll tell my students that, all right guys, pretend like you are in the jungle and there is a dinosaur behind you. And not just any dinosaur, it's a T-Rex. And that's where those teeth come in. And I'll tell my students, guys, if you have a T-Rex behind you, I don't know about you, but I know I would run. So by giving them that visual cue and by giving them that prompt, it's going to help them to be able to remember that word run as well. For the word and, I always tell my students that whenever the letter A goes near an N, and whenever he goes near an M, he kind of gets a cold from them. It's almost like he's allergic to them because his sound changes. Instead of saying, ah, he's gonna say this, he's gonna say, ah. So for this word, I actually use this as a prompt to help them remember the word and. So we'll do this, we'll say, and. And I always like to use kind of phrases with that word. So I'll say macaroni and cheese, peanut butter and jelly. So with that one, using this prompt, I know it seems ridiculous, but and can really be a toughie. That is one word that oftentimes students have a difficult time remembering that one. So any way to make it silly, any way to make it goofy for them to be able to remember it, guys, do it. I promise. And you'll have fun with it too. And for our last word, for the word play, I always like to have my students form their arms in the shape of a Y, and I will tell them, guys, yay, it's time to play. And we'll say that a few times and we'll point at the Y and say, yay, it's time to play. And you guys, I will use that prompt and I will actually give them a little bit more with the word play. And I may even begin that phrase off and give them, yay, it's time to, and then have them finish with the word play. Just because the word play can also be a trickier word in the pre-primer list. So that one, students may need that prompting a little bit more. And then eventually I will weed out the verbal part of the prompting and just give them that visual cue of just saying, and then students will be able to make that connection and say, oh, yay, it's time to play. And you'll start seeing them also doing that on their own, where they may do when they see that Y at the end for play. And that's gonna wrap up our video for today. Thank you so much for watching. And if you like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to the channel. I will be adding videos quite often where I will give a lot of different tips and tricks for not only sight words, but for other reading skills and other math skills as well. Thank you so much again, and I'll see you next time on Love, Laugh, Teach. Bye.